Hey snipers, Foster here. Hope you guys are all having a great day. I decided to make you guys a price prediction or price movement video on Bitcoin, OmiseGO and Cardano. So let's just jump straight into it. Okay, we are in CoinMG, the one-day Bitcoin chart, and as you guys obviously are aware of, we recently broke out of this flag continuation, and which was basically started by a positive MACD convergence. I'll show you guys a little bit more in the 2-hour chart, but before we do that, our next resistance level is going to be $11,800 approximately. Some could say, well, that's that's 12,000, somewhere in that area. Probably depends on the exchange where you are. What we see here actually is ever since this February 6th low, we seem to be forming an ascending triangle, and this flag continuation, this breakout, was exactly right there on that point. So this is very bullish, as you guys obviously know. Let me see if I can pull up Discord. The ascending triangle, the support levels, sorry, the resistance levels are at the same level, and support seems to be going up until there's so much pressure in this pressure cooker that we break up. And so the question is, will we break up? Basically, will this trend continue to go up, or will we go back towards somewhere towards the support and then go up? Maybe we can find a little bit more on the 2-hour chart. This is also what you can see here. We have a downtrend in yellow, and we had it's even a little steeper, higher lows on the MACD. And so this means that there is a positive divergence, and right here, there was basically even before these green candles started, you could see, hey, we have a positive divergence, and so we're going to go up, which we did. There are two trends here visible. In general, you can say that Bitcoin is basically in this channel, right? We are in this upwards channel. However, some of you might say, well, we actually were in this ascending wedge, which actually was pointed straight for the resistance level. However, we broke down out of it, and we found support here on this level, which could be like this line. This could be a support level as well. Of course, now the question is, where is the price going to go, right? Because are we now in this are we in this channel going up, and is this wedge still important? Maybe it's no longer. Or will there be a resistance? Right now, as you can see here, this wick bounced off of this level, so this indicates that there will definitely be a support resistance level here. So what I would think is that if we look, maybe we can add the Bollinger Band to see what kind of where we're headed. Looks like we broke through the middle, going slowly towards the top. There was a little squeeze here. So if we trade in this area first, then I would say that we might just bounce off there, trade sideways, and then bounce off of this support going up. That is what I would say based upon the Bollinger Bands. As you can see here, the RSI is positive. We're definitely in a buying trend. We're definitely not oversold or overbought, for that matter. The MACD has crossed, which is also bullish. So we might just not even be staying at this level and go up a little later. We might just even right now, or not exactly right now, right? We might just be trading more like that. No matter what happens, as you guys know, as Naeem has explained, as I have explained to you in the past, make sure to set your buy, sell, and stop losses in the proper areas. And if you want to look at certain sell areas, what you could think is, let's just turn this off because it's getting a little crowded in here. The previous high was actually 12,178, but this level here, this seems to be a pretty decent level where we have resistance. We have a whole bunch of support here. So historically speaking, this is an important level here. It's a 12,920 level. And so we are looking at, if there's a breakout, you have approximately 8.8, 9% movement area. So if you want to set your, you might want to sell a certain amount of your selling below this level here somewhere. I hope this gives them a little bit more or different insight in where Bitcoin is headed, a little bit more zoomed in perspective. Let's look at OmiseGO, where I hope actually we pronounce this correctly as OmiseGO. I can just say, oh my, the OMG coin, $1.8 billion, rank number 22. And I believe on Binance, we have OMG. This is the 2-day chart. Let's go to the 2-hour. Let's go to this chart. So the purple line is a 50-day moving average, and as you guys can see, we've been bouncing off of it, trading away, going there, bouncing off of it, and right now we're exactly on there. So of course the question is, will the same thing happen as earlier, that we bounced off of it? Well, we can see here that this is definitely a resistance level there, and we seem to be having a support level here. There of course are more support and resistance levels to be drawn. I'm not going to make this entire screen blue, but it gives you an idea. And so basically we have rising support levels here. So even if we look back maybe from this point, right, as you guys can see here, as we have in general, when prices go down on OMG, and they bounce back up, go down, bounce back up, go down, there's a decent chance that price will go up from here, forming this bigger, I should remove this to make this a little, keep it simple, right? Keep it simple. Just like earlier in Bitcoin, I think we are in an ascending triangle where we bounce off, and this area might even be important as well for this triangle, but let's just keep it here. Or you could say, maybe even be drawing it from here. That's an interesting one, right? We bounce off here, we break through, then we bounce off again, we bounce off again, we bounce off again. So yeah, this is in general, and we're talking going all the way back into November even, a very big ascending triangle, or at least this support level. And so right now, what I expect is that we'll be going up from here to start testing this level at 186,000 Satoshis. It looks like we had a bull flag here, so a bull run with a flag, another bull run with most likely a flag. So let's see if we can use this flag, or see if this is a flag, to see if this is a confirmation of this trend. Let's see, like here and one here. It's a little bit stretched. It's a long flag, and we seem to be breaking out. Although right here, after this breakout, there's definitely some selling. So there's people here, probably setting up profit. How do you say? Are taking their profits, and just like, let's see. Oh, I should keep this one blue. I just wanted to show you guys another. It looks like a positive convergence that happened. Like this is your general trend down, and we had looks like higher lows on the MACD. So with showing an uptrend, and that could be a reason where people bought here and they took a certain percentage of gains. Let's say if you were to buy there and you sell around here, see that's around between 5 and 6%. So this selling could be exactly from those people who bought in here. So that is definitely possible. Let's just remove this. So if we look at the bigger picture again, it looks like this line has disappeared on me. Let's go back to the 1 day. So what I think will happen is we have the RSI went down a little bit in this downtrend, but it seems to be recovering. The MACD has crossed bearish, but is still above the 0 line. So the question is, what will happen? I think if it holds this level, right, if we're gonna hold this and bounce off here, then we have a decent chance of testing new, the old highs, where people are able to set their trades. Of course, if you are a swing or day trader, you might already be setting your buy, sell, and stop losses here. And you can do that, right? You can say, hey, we're going to buy in here, but if it breaks through lower, we do our stop losses, and otherwise we'll just take our profits here, even before it reaches resistance level. Anyways, this seems to be pretty bullish in the OMG. Let's go to Cardano, third coin. Market cap $7.7 billion and rank number 6. And Cardano, I believe I got this one here. So what's been happening in Cardano, if you followed my analysis channel on Discord, Cardano has been known to be overbought for a short period and then oversold. And if you look here in the middle of the RSI, when it's up at 50, everything below this line, that area, most of everything is in there of the RSI. That means that it's constantly being sold, which reflects in the price. And so price goes up and down again, up, overbought and down again, overbought and down again. So this trend has been continuing for this entire year of 2018, for the last two and a half months. And right now, what we see here, because you could say in general that we are in a descending triangle, but something important happens here, and this is why I wanted to include this in my video, is that if we look back to last year December, we have some pretty decent resistance levels here. And right now we are trading in the bandwidth where we were in December. The volume back then was a little higher. And so the question is, of course, will this hold? If it does, this would be a low, definitely buy in the red situation, where you can just, when the price will go up from Cardano from here on. However, this negative trend continuously, might state otherwise. So what I think we should do is at least establish historical support and resistance levels to see if we can learn something from that. And so if we zoom in here, it looks like we had, let's see where we'd be. Around here we had a resistance level. This is where we had support. Of course, in general, you could say that we have had support level here, and this might be a support resistance level, right? We have support here, we have resistance there. So these levels, why do I draw these from the past? Because it's important where we are headed. So what we see here, this is kind of crucial, is there is basically no, or not any known support levels here. So if we go down from here, if we look at the price range, we can potentially drop about 45%. That's pretty big. However, on the upturn, let's set this, if we go up to the most recent support level, we have a potential of about 20%. So maybe we should have a look at what the MACD says, because the MACD has crossed positive, and we seem to be having slightly, let's move this a little bit, slightly higher lows in the MACD. So that could lead to, because, right, we have a general price going down here, going up onto this resistance level, but we have higher lows in the MACD. So this looks like to be a positive convergence. Sorry, a positive divergence. It's not a positive convergence, positive divergence, which could lead into a trend reversal. And so if we look at the bigger picture, this gap is pretty big. So what is realistic to say or to think is that, people who trade Cardano see that right now it's definitely at a I wouldn't say all-time low, but it's like within the last 3 months you cannot get lower than this, and we have decent support here. So if we look at the RSI, we see that RSI is slowly going up, and it seems to be going up less steep than in the past. With all these peaks, they just shoot up and down, shoot up, and right now we seem to be more in a more there's less of an incline, which seems to be more stable. So I think that is a bullish signal. We cannot really use the MACD. I know it's going to go across the zero line and might be going up more. We have crossed and it is all bullish, but there's not a whole lot of difference. So the MACD from that standpoint of view you cannot really use a lot. Let's see if the Bollinger Bands will bring us anything else. It looks like we just moved from the lower part, moving into the higher part, bouncing back off the middle, going up. So yeah, I think we would probably be trading in this area here. I think we'll be trading with the Bollinger Bands in that area. So I think this support level will hold. And let me see if there's anything else I can show you guys. Yeah, if we look at volume, I'm not sure if it shows better on the 1 day. Let's see. Doesn't look like it. Let's just go back to the 2 hours. Is the dollar cost averaging. So that basically means that on certain times in the week, in the month, you buy for a certain amount of dollars into a coin. And these areas with being overbought might resemble something like that. That we have certain buy areas. We buy here, buy here, buy here. Could be that people are dollar cost averaging this coin, or Bitcoin averaging it, right? Because you cannot buy Cardanos for dollars. So yeah, to conclude this, I think right now we will probably slowly heading up to test this 3115 resistance level. Just like the other coins, if you decide to trade this after your own analysis, your own fundamental analysis, your own technical analysis, make sure to set the proper buy, sell, and stop loss orders. And I want to leave you guys with this. So, snipers out.